What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so look, I forgot to get into this topic on my last video, right? This is what I meant to talk about, but I went on a tangent and was talking about some other stuff. But Gilbert Arenas was responding to something that Paul Pierce said, and I think he said on Undisputed. And he said that he believes that the Boston Celtics are going to win their 18th championship before the Lakers win their 18th championship. Right now, both franchises are tied at 17. 17 championships. Although it's funny, the Lakers only count Minneapolis when they ring count. When it's a cock measuring contest, all of a sudden they want to count the Minneapolis rings, but other than that, they never want to give any homage or any praise to Minneapolis. It's funny. But anyway, Gilbert, apparently you never really, at least in the quotes that I'm seeing, you never really respond to what Paul Pierce said. You didn't make him out to be a liar. Because right now, yes, Boston is in a better position to win a championship right now than the Lakers. I don't care about the last 30 years. Who cares? That's not what he's talking about. He didn't say Boston was the more dominant franchise last 30 years. That's what you guys do. You pull that BS with everybody else. You change the goalposts. That's not you change. You move the goalposts, I should say. You change what people are arguing about and try to flip it. At the end of the day, that's not what he said. He said that Boston's going to win a championship before the Lakers. And right now, they're in a favorable spot to do that. The next 5-year window, they can do that. And you know, it's ironic that a lot of the players that they got to help catapult this little team that they have now came with the trade about 11 years ago or so when they traded Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett to the Nets. Those picks helped to push in the Tatums and the Jaylen Browns, and I believe the Marcus Smart, who's no longer there now, but still, that trade helped to give them the picks to draft these players. So it was organic, which is something Boston has had a habit of being able to do. Boston's had a habit of being able to homegrown talent or pick smartly through the draft. Whereas with the Lakers, they always look to pilfer from other teams and steal their talent like the Monstars and hope to, lead their fake king to a championship. But right now, if you're a betting man, which team looks more likely to win a championship next 3 years? The Celtics or the Lakers? I don't care about the last 30 years. Answer the question, Gilbert. It ain't the Lakers. Like Paul Pierce said, why do we spend so much time talking about this franchise? People always say, "Oh, why are you talking about the Lakers? You built your whole channel dissing LeBron." No. The better question is, why are we talking about a team that has been largely irrelevant over the past 3 years? Why? A 10th-seeded team. Why are we talking about them so much? When the Bulls were doing that thing, we weren't talking about let's just go with 97. We weren't talking about the Washington Bullets every day. We weren't talking about Rod Strickland and Chris Webber and Juwan Howard and George Murson every day in sports. Hey, man, I know the Bulls good and everything, but, man, hey, what the Bullets gonna do, man? Hey, man, I heard that they're gonna change their name, man, to the Wizards. For real? Yeah, man. Hey, man, I saw on ESPN, man, that George Murson, man, he got to get his feet massaged every day to keep the blood flowing in his big-ass feet, man. For real? Yeah, man. Yeah, you heard what Calvin man said? Man, nobody was talking about the Bullets. They were the A seed. Teams that is working their asses off. Teams that are doing everything they can to stay afloat. Teams that have made a magnificent rise. The Minneapolis Timberwolves, the Minnesota Timberwolves, excuse me. I get them mixed up sometimes. When I'm talking about Minneapolis Lakers, when I talk about Timberwolves, I say Minneapolis. The Minnesota Timberwolves have, for the most part, over the past close to 30 years, have been a bad team. At best, they had a couple of good years. But they've been a bad team for the most part. Or mediocre team. Right now, for the first time in a long time, they have a potential chance to make a long playoff run. The Denver Nuggets won their first championship ever in the 47 years they've been in the NBA last year. Jokic, to me, from a statistical standpoint, arguably is the best player in the NBA right now. But we keep talking about the Lakers. So, Paul Pierce is 1,000% correct. But, when you got lowest common denominators, people out there like this, they don't answer the questions, they just attack. They go low blows. But LeBron keep talking about on his podcast, he wants the temperature to change and to be more about the game and let's talk the game on an intellectual level. Well, tell them that too. Tell Gilbert Hot Take Arenas that. But anyway, that's all I got to say in this one, man. And by the way, before I forget to even say this, it was Paul Pierce and the Boston Celtics that ran LeBron James out of Cleveland. Ran him out of Cleveland. Paul Pierce made LeBron James quit in Cleveland.